One of the strategic centerpieces of downtown growth is the development of the Ilfeld Johnson warehouse.
So the Ilfeld warehouse was built by Charles Ilfeld. He's a prominent New Mexico wholesaler, retailer all over New Mexico, southern Colorado. You have him in Albuquerque, Trinidad, Socorro, Santa Rosa, Las Vegas. Charles Ilfeld was pretty much everywhere.
Commissioned by Ilfeld, the impressive railroad-era warehouse was completed in 1904 and is separated from the courthouse square by what later became historic Route 66. The attractive stone structure has 9,000 square feet on the main floor and possesses a lower level as well. The warehouse was located between two railroad spurs to allow easy access for the importing and exporting of goods.
They used to bring in all sorts of canned goods, sugars, tobaccos, clothing, furniture, all sorts of goods from the east on trains. What would go out would be agriculture products. There was a big cattle yard out here. Guadalupe County is probably one of the largest sheep producing areas in the whole state, going on into the early part of the 18th century and early part of the 19th century, and they would take out lamb wool.
The Ilfeld warehouse had the capability of storing 750,000 pounds of wool. It functioned as a warehouse until 1957, but has been virtually unoccupied since that time. The DPAC plan envisioned the rehabilitated warehouse as a business incubator and home to the local farmers market.
Now, the city of Santa Rosa purchased this building as a direct result of UNM DPAC coming in here, producing a visioning plan for Santa Rosa in 2004.
DPAC plans provide guidelines that serve as a roadmap and therefore do not need to be strictly followed. In this instance, the warehouse will serve as an active contributing economic element in a different capacity than originally envisioned. It will serve as a visitor center and Route 66 museum.
So what we plan to do with this building is it'll be a visitor interpretive center out in the front part of the building. Of course, we need ADA, all the sprinkler systems, whatever we need to do, new electrical. And the other thing we plan to do here is build a New Mexico Route 66 museum. So we have sort of people waiting in the wings, wanting to, essentially just shaking at the door to get in here. So we're planning this project. This will start within a month. We already have an architect. We have 3 architects on call, and they're now producing a scope of work to get this project started. So they'll kind of give us their vision on what they think we should do. Now, the building is remarkably intact. We hope to leave it as, we're going to do as little changes to this as possible, but it's a great building. People come in, it's a part of history, and we really want people to see, get a glimpse of that time period, I guess you might say.
Using LEDA funds to purchase the building, the City of Santa Rosa is now able to rehabilitate it using the same funding source. They can then rent it at an affordable price to the museum proprietor, who will be moving his collection to this location.
In general, we already do have someone. It's an existing museum in Emburo, New Mexico. It's called Classical Gas Museum. He's bringing most of his collection, which is all sort of old gas signs, pumps, tanks, artifacts of all kinds. But he's also a partner with Garcia Infinity out of Santa Fe, and he has an extensive collection, as I understand, even old Spanish artifacts and so forth.
The purchase and rehabilitation of the Ilfeld warehouse demonstrates the effectiveness of a guide such as the DPAC plan and the City of Santa Rosa's proactive approach to economic development and revitalization. For more information on future plans for the Ilfeld Johnson warehouse, contact the Santa Rosa Visitor Center at 575-472-3763.